Hello and welcome back. In a previous video I showed you how to make the black flame candle from the film Hocus Pocus, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to make the stand for it. Let's get going. So for this craft you need 3 toothpicks, some white card, a pair of scissors, some masking tape, brown markers and some glue. And of course the candle which you made in the previous video. As you can see, I have glued the candle onto a popsicle stick, just as makes it a base and easier to handle for later on. Let's get going. So what you need to do is you take your 3 toothpicks and you attach them together. Use a little bit of wood glue or super glue to attach them. Once you've done that, once you've tucked them all 3 together, wrap it in a bit of masking tape as I've done here, and that's the sort of shape you need. The next step, you take your scissors and you carefully trim off the points, but do be careful when you do this. So you cut the points off both ends. Please be careful when you do this. And then you need to take your nail file and just sand it down to smooth it all out. Like so. So once you file down both ends to get them more smooth, you take your brown marker and you colour it in. Now you can use paint if you wish. I'm just going to use this marker quickly. Once you've coloured it in with the marker or paints, it's optional to you, you now put this to one side for a moment, and this is where the white card comes in. You don't need much white card, this is too much, but I don't waste things, I keep it for other projects, so don't worry about that. Just cut the amount that you need. You probably only need about that much. And I suggest at this point you colour both sides of the card in now. It'll be easier to do it while it's like this, before you attach it to the candle stand. So once you have coloured both sides of the white card in the same colour brown, you need to take your scissors and cut 3 strips of card, about half a centimetre wide thick. 1, 2, yes, I can count, surprisingly, 3. Ta-da! Next, you need to take the stand. Now this will be the main stand of it, that gives it the height, and you attach it to the card. Now I suggest what you do is you make a circle. You can draw around something or cut it freehand. I do normally cut it freehand, but I advise to make it at least 3 cards deep. So you just cut 4, 3, like that, and then just glue those together just to give it a bit more thickness. So I'll just do that now for you. Once you have done that and it's dried, you take the 3 toothpicks that have been glued together and you attach them together like that. Now for this, I recommend you use super glue, or you can use wood glue if you wish. So I'm just going to try and find my super glue. I had it a minute ago, but I've misplaced it. Be back in a moment. There you go. Found my glue. I put it away without realising it. So then you just apply a dab of super glue on the tip of the stand and place it. Now you might want to hold it for a few moments. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. So you'll want to do that, which will become the stand. Ta-da! So it makes it stand up straight. You wait for it to dry, and then what you do, you cut it into a circle, which I'll do this now. There's no rush, you take your time. I'm not going to time lapse this one because it will only take me a few moments to do it. There you go. Dispose of the rubbish. Now don't forget you've got your 3 strips here as well. Now this is where you need to bring in your candle. Now I said it's on a popsicle stick. I forgot the word for a moment. You take your scissors, but before you do that, because I'm jumping ahead, you take your brown marker again and you colour in the popsicle stick like so. I do recommend, if you're going to do this, colour the popsicle stick in before you glue the candle on top of it. Now you don't have to use the popsicle stick, you can do the same with that. Use a bit of 3 layer of white card that's been coloured in and put that on the bottom. So yeah, as you can see, I'm not very good at doing this. It's hard to do it watching it through the lens instead of watching it in real life. But I'm quite lucky that my markers have 2 different types of nibs. So that. And yes, as you can probably tell, I have a new assistant today, not Chanel. This is Little Scamp. Sound asleep. Oh, I wish I was. Anyway, so there you go. You cut. Then what you do, you take your scissors and then you cut the excess off. I'll just do that for you now. And there you go. Now, as you saw in the time lapse, I filed it round to smooth it out. You can do a better job than I am, because I'm doing this for quickness just to show you. Just tidy up. Now, where you have sanded it, you might have noticed that the wood underneath. Ooh. Now, where I have sanded it, you can see the wood showing through. So you just go back over with your marker, like so. And there you go. Right, then you take your stand again, and yes, you guessed it. So once you've cut it off, and as you saw, I filed it round, you take your stand and you attach it to the top of it like that, using super glue. So I'll just do that one side. Just hold it there for a few minutes for the glue to dry. And there you have it. And there you go. Yep, just throw it down. It's fine. It will stand. I say and hope. Might need. you go. Now, as I said previously, you got the 3 strips. So this is just for decorative purpose. So what you do is that you attach it, and take one going up there, one going, now you do it on the 3 corners. Now you can glue them on, or you can use a bit of masking tape, which I will probably use. And as you can see, I dab a little bit of glue to where the end of the paper card meets the base. You let that dry, and that's how you have the stand for the black flame candle. And there we are. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra!
Look, another glorious morning. Makes me sick.